Hi there. What a journey this has been. What's interesting about journeys is that the path that is planned for you is not always the one that becomes your outcome. I don't think any of you ever expected the past year to turn out this way, and neither did the executive team. I'd like to take you all back in time to where our journey started, back in August 2020.
Luca, how was your summer?
Christina, it was actually, it's a weird summer. I was trying to get a bit of a tan, but all this working from home, like everything is getting messed up. I'm stuck at home, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's really hard these days. But look what just came in for our competition in February. It's gonna help with the social distancing.
These are really nice, but what do we mean with social distancing?
Well, because our event's gonna be in person, so we have to take precautions, right?
No. Like, teams are coming from all over the world and they can't travel here. Our competition is taking place virtual, Christina.
Oh my God. How are we gonna do that?
I'm sure we are going to figure out something.
We're not taking a year off.
Bold ideas.
An amazing opportunity.
The best experience. A new approach. Get ready.
ENGCOMM 2021 is going virtual. That was the plan, which brings the executive team to the next chapter in our planning process, January 2021.
Hey Christina, Happy New Year!
Hey.
How was your holiday?
It was good. It's cold in Montreal. I've just been drinking a lot of hot cocoa these days. How about you?
So me, pretty well. The only thing I'm starting to stress out a bit because we have our competition coming up in a few days.
How are we gonna do it? 7 different countries, 8 different time zones.
So our schedules are like ready and we have the most amazing universities. So I think it's going to go smoothly and well.
And it did. It went very well. You all impressed us with your skills and we couldn't wait to see you bring it for the competition week. We had 3 amazing cases and there could only be 1 winner, which brings us to the last day of our competition week, February 26.
All right, so the week so far has been really, really good. Just some minor hiccups, but all the teams are performing fantastic. Anyways, how are you feeling? Last day?
Feeling a bit tired, but I'm so excited because the week went amazing.
Yeah, and tonight we can sleep so nice because we're done after this. ENGCOMM 2021 is finished. I can't believe it's the last day.
Christina,
Anyways,
it's not finished. We have the
a Zoom
closing
call
tomorrow.
issue. I have to take this.
But
Hello?
Christina, the closing. Oh my God. Hey guys, how's it going? So I have kind of a bad news. Christina thinks that the competition is over. She thinks it's finished. I tried calling her, but nothing.
And we haven't even announced the winners yet.
Yeah, I know. And the awards also, like Best Speaker, Best Team Chemistry.
So, has Christina not been seeing our posts?
Yeah, same. She's not on LinkedIn and Instagram.
Not on Facebook either.
Did someone try to call her?
So, it has come to my attention that I have forgotten about our closing ceremony. Looks like I wasn't able to survive this week, but I know a couple of people who did.
We are the world.
We are.
Consulting.
We are.
We are Flames Consulting Group.
Glass Logic.
We are Top Consulting.
We are New Ways Consulting.
AMJK.
Glass Solutions.
Global Assets.
Real Consulting.
TCC.
Transio Business Consulting.
Globe
International.
The Explorers.
We survived.
And we survived.
And we survived.
ENGCOMM 2021.
ENGCOMM 2021.
ENGCOMM 2021.
We want to congratulate you. Give yourselves a hand. You did it.
I really hope everyone enjoyed this week, and I will see you next year.
I hope you all had a great week.
Congratulations to everyone.
See you next year for ENGCOMM 2022.
Congratulations to all of the participants this weekend for all their hard work that they've put in over the past few days.
And to all our judges, thank you so much for your support. We truly appreciate it, and we couldn't have done this without you.
Absolutely. And also thank you to all of our participating students. We know that the current circumstances were quite difficult with COVID and everything, but I think that you guys performed brilliantly, and we're really looking forward to having you join us next year.
Thank you for joining us this year. We hope to see you on ENGCOMM 2022.
We know this week definitely challenged you guys, and we were really happy to see some amazing solutions presented.
We really enjoyed your guys' presentation. Congrats to the winning team.
Good job to all the other participants.
Hope to see all of you next year.
A big thank you to everyone, judges, participants, and sponsors. This event would not be possible without you.
We are all so proud of you.
Thank you to all our participants and coaches.
Thank you to all of our judges and all of our sponsors. And lastly, thank you to our executive team.
See you next year.
And that's a wrap on ENGCOMM 2021.
Alright everyone, so with the video done, I would like to please welcome Derek and Michelle from Genetech. They have a few words to share with you. So whenever you're ready, please go ahead.
Awesome, thank you so much. Can you guys hear me okay?
We can.
Yes.
Great. Well, Michelle, how about we go ahead and introduce ourselves and then take the next 10 to 15 minutes to impart some wisdom.
Sure thing. I'll go first. So I'm Michelle Donstero. I've been at Genetech for 8 years now. I started as an intern through the Concordia co-op program, and I have never looked back since. So currently I'm the CRM marketing strategist. I also work with Derek closely. I oversee the junior market analyst internship. So that's closely related with what Derek does. So I'll let him explain.
Thanks, Michelle. I head up the industry marketing practice at Genetech, and we've been actually very fortunate to be surrounded by so many interns over the past few years, and I really enjoy the internship program. In fact, 50% of our hires are from the internship program. So we love being involved in these types of venues. It's great visibility for us, but it's also an opportunity for Genetech to get visibility with a lot of great talent. So with that said, what Michelle and I would like to do is spend the next 10 to 15 minutes walking you through or actually preparing you for your postgraduate journey. Michelle and I got together and we asked ourselves, well, what should we present? And we thought, well, what would we like to have known back when we were in university? And so the way that we'd like to structure our speech today is first to consider some strategies when applying for work, when you're actually transitioning over to the job market. Next, to think of some important skills to start working on now to prepare you for the job market. And then lastly, things to consider when you're actually in the workplace. So the first story I want to tell you about is when I was doing my master's in Paris in a master's of business analysis and consulting. And one of my good buddies was very anxious to start working full-time. And his approach was more of a shotgun approach to applying for different positions. I think he submitted maybe over 100, potentially even 200 different CVs. And these were those challenging types of applications where, when you submit your CV and then they want you to actually regurgitate everything you have on your CV into those applications, and those applications take like an hour to go through. Very time-consuming shotgun approach. His strategy was, well, if I apply for 200 different positions, maybe I'll get about 5 different interviews, and then maybe I'll get at least 1 or 2 different job offers. Now, that might be a strategy that you consider, and it may be effective for you, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I tried a different, more targeted approach. When I was doing my master's, I applied for 2 positions. One was based out of Paris, the other one was based out of Montreal, and I applied for only aerospace-specific companies, specifically in the MRO segment. It's a segment of aerospace. Why? that's been all of my experience beforehand. And I applied for product management type positions because of my experience working in product management, because of my education, because of the training that I received. And I realized that we both ended up with great internships, but the difference was one was a lot leaner, one was a lot more efficient than the traditional shotgun approach. So the reason why I tell you that is because I want you to just consider this. It's actually a common myth that I see with a lot of students in the workplace. So the first myth that we have for you today is to work on your weaknesses so as to balance out your overall profile. You might be working with a bunch of other people that may be more technical than you, and you think, well, I need to get to their level of technical skills because I want to be just as balanced out as the other people that I may be competing with within the talent pool. So Michelle, what do you think about this myth? Work on your weaknesses so as to balance out your profile.
So I actually disagree, and Derek, I think in the end you will as well. So if you can do one or two things better than anyone else, you access more opportunities than the rest of your peers. You gain leverage in negotiations that will lead to a more prosperous career. And I believe that, and it's actually why I did the internship program and got my work experience at Genetech, because I knew once I would graduate with my bachelor's of marketing, I'd be graduating at the same time as hundreds of others, potentially thousands of other people. And I did not want to get stuck at that dreaded interview question of, so what experience do you have, and have nothing to answer, right? So that's what I focused on, and I really think it paid off in the end.
All right, so Michelle, don't be a me too. Don't be like everyone else. Focus in on what you're good at and develop those skills, and that'll help you when it comes to negotiations, and it'll ultimately lead to a prosperous career, as Michelle said. So I want you to think, what is your competitive advantage? And you want to weaponize that competitive advantage. That's what businesses do today. That's how they differentiate in a very crowded market. Think of yourself as a business. You want to differentiate in a crowded market. When you're applying for a position, you really want to differentiate. So we talked about some strategies to consider when applying for work. Now I want to change gears and talk about some important skills to start working on today. Michelle, did you know that 58% of organizations, their top priority is closing the leadership skills gap? And it's, well, I'm sure you did, because we talked about this when we were preparing this slide deck, right? Or this speech, rather. Now, it's a big challenge for organizations. And if you also think of your curriculum at school, leadership is probably not a dominant topic on your curriculum. There might be some specialized classes that are creeping up, and I very much recommend and encourage you to consider taking leadership electives, because this will go down with you for the rest of your career. So another myth that Michelle and I would like to debunk is, I need my boss to let me lead. What do you think about that, Michelle?
So I think most people will wait for authority to lead others. And I definitely believe that myself when I joined the workplace. However, I saw that leading through authority isn't inspiring in any way. So leading through influence is a true motivator. So you want to show your peers that you're taking initiative, that you're challenging the status quo, that you help your peers achieve their objectives. And you can do all this from the start. You don't have to wait till you have that elusive executive title or that manager title to start influencing others in the workplace.
That's right, Michelle. We're all leaders and we're all followers. It just depends on the situation. Think of when your parents or grandparents are asking for your help to go on Zoom for the first time. Who's the leader in that exchange? So you very much are a leader in many situations. You're probably a follower in even more situations, but leadership is not a title that is given to you. No one, it grants you the authority or the privilege to be a leader. You could be a leader today. And what I challenge you to do following this speech is think about helping your peers succeed. It's some good practice that will ultimately prepare you for a prosperous career. So, Michelle, we talked about some strategies to consider when applying for work. We talked about an important skill to start working and developing today. Next, I want to talk about things to consider when you're actually in the workplace. And the most important thing for me is your brand equity. Your reputation is key, right? It is one of the most important things, one of your biggest assets. It's in many cases, brand equity is one of the bigger assets on a company's balance sheet. And brand equity is not something that you just build up over time. Think of it like a pot of boiling water. It takes a very long time to actually get the water to boil, but the moment you remove it from the heat, it stops fizzling. Now, how do you build up brand equity? It starts with visibility. You need to be visible within the organization, right? If you're kept to yourself and if you are hidden from the rest of the organization, it's going to be very challenging to build up that brand equity. After building up a lot of visibility, eventually that visibility is going to merge into memorability. Your peers will start to, after seeing you so often, and especially if those experiences are positive, they'll start to remember you. They'll probably remember your name. They'll probably think of you whenever they need whatever help, whatever it is that you specialize within the organization. So once you've established your visibility and you've built up some memorability, eventually that'll translate into credibility. You'll start to become credible, and people will start to believe you, and you'll have this influence over them as you start to take charge and start getting team members motivated to start supporting some goals. So visibility leads to memorability leads to credibility, and credibility, of course, translates into profitability. So, Michelle, I know that you're a big fan of Jan Fields. Do you have anything to say, anything to reference from Jan Fields?
I do indeed. So Jan Fields, for some context, is the former CEO of McDonald's, and she famously said, "You build your personal brand through everything you do, whether big actions or small decisions, and that brand will stay with you throughout your career." And I definitely agree with that. That's why I say from day one, start working on that visibility, that memorability, and that credibility, because it's going to positively impact your career for the rest of your life.
Awesome. Thanks, Michelle. So to wrap up with some key takeaways from today's speech, first, develop your strengths. You can always delegate your weaknesses. Don't think about balancing out your profile. Think about really weaponizing your competitive advantage. And you want to ace the ability to articulate your competitive advantage when it comes to that interview. Next, start sharpening your leadership skills today by helping your peers succeed. And lastly, your reputation is your most important asset, but you can't build that reputation without being visible. Thanks so much for this opportunity, and we'll pass the floor back over to our host.
Thank you, Derek and Michelle. And now a word from our president, Christina Palmieri.
Thanks, Stefania. Wow, guys, what an amazing week this has been. Thank you to Derek Arcuri and Michelle Dansereau from Genetec for speaking today about their experiences at the company. I would like to congratulate all participants for making it through this entire week of cases and presentations. Your solutions were innovative and creative, and you all showed ambition and determination while participating in this week during a global pandemic. Watching each and every one of you this week was inspirational, and you all handled the time zone differences and the long days with a positive attitude. You should all be very proud of yourselves, no matter the outcome of the scores. It is not the outcome that is important, but the journey on how you got to where you are. Building a strong bond with those that share a common goal with you is what collaboration, friendship, hard work, and dedication is all about. And each and every year, we have amazing participants like yourselves showcase your talents individually, but conquer and successfully demonstrate what teamwork truly encompasses when you work together. I would like to thank all of the coaches for supporting your teams throughout the week. I would like to thank all of our sponsors and all of our judges as well for supporting ENGCOMM in allowing us to create a successful competition week. I would also like to thank the ENGCOMM Board of Directors for supporting the executive team in moving the ENGCOMM vision forward for the 8th year. And lastly, I would like to thank the executive team of 2021. A team. What does the word team mean to you? We've all been in teams throughout our lives, whether it be in sports, in a group project for class, or even during this competition week. We've all been a part of teams. But
The meaning of a team can be perceived differently depending on who you ask and the experiences that they've had. Although playing team sports my whole life, when I first got appointed to the position of president for the 2021 ENGCOMM year back in April 2020, I didn't know where to start. So I did what any person would do. I looked up the definition of a team on Google. How were myself and my executive vice president, Luca, supposed to build a team? So a quick Google search showed me that a team is a group of individuals, human or non-human, working together to achieve their goal. Sounds pretty familiar, right? If you think about it, everyone in this Zoom call is actually part of the same team. Being part of this week-long event shows that we are all on the same team who share a common goal in wanting to bridge the gap between the interactive field of business and the technical field of engineering. What is so great about being part of a team is that you learn from the others around you. It shows that you're hardworking, it shows that you're collaborative, and it also shows that you know what it takes to be a team player. In my opinion, being a team player is a very important skill to have as you move on in life. And the best part about being on a team and being part of multiple teams throughout your life is that your definition of a team is constantly changing. If you ask me today, on February 27th, 2021, what my definition of a team is, it has completely changed from that initial Google search. My new definition of a team is as followed. The 16 people that made this week possible. The executive team has worked hard for 9 straight months for countless hours, working behind the scenes for the January and February events. I would like to take a minute to give them recognition for their hard work. So, ENGCOMM 2021 guests, I present to you my definition of a team. Luca Rutkowski, Executive Vice President. Chanel Farquhar, Vice President of Marketing Communications. Sophia Joganian, Vice President of Marketing Design. Gabrielle Galland, Director of Marketing. Shobneet Singh, Vice President of Corporate Relations. Kayla Charkey, Director of Corporate Relations. Sabrina Tersuku, Director of Corporate Relations. Stefania Pop, Vice President of Logistics. Ian Saenz Martinez, Associate Vice President of Operations. Emily Gurman, Associate Vice President of Events. Rana Barakat, Vice President of External Affairs. Leopold Levesque, Director of External Affairs. Francis Liu, Vice President of Finance. Nicolas Arguin-Malo, Vice President of Academics. Pune Hassani, Director of Academics. And lastly, Jeffrey Chan, Vice President of Technology. Our titles on a team do not define our skills, capabilities, or attitudes. What I have learned is that you as a person excel in what you do based on the others around you. You are only as great as your team. To the ENGCOMM 2021 executive team, I share my title of president with all 16 of you. This was your week, but this was not only your week. This was the participants' week as well. You all represented your universities, and that is a huge accomplishment in a completely virtual event during a global pandemic. Not many people can say they've done that, and if you ask me, that's pretty freaking cool. I hope after this week's event, it has changed your definition of a team. And I hope it continuously changes, as that is how we become better individually and as team players. Everyone in this Zoom call contributed to pulling off an event that has never been done before. I am proud to be part of this year's ENGCOMM experience. Each and every one of you in this call made this week possible. I'm sure you're all anxiously waiting for the award winners and competition winner announcements, as I know I am. So before I pass the announcements to my VP Academics, Nicolas, if there is one thing I would like to share with you, is that I hope you look back on this week and feel proud about the innovative way that we all work together in reimagining the way that we conduct case competitions. Thank you very much. We hope you had a fun week, and we hope to see you all again next year.
Thank you so much, Christina. That was really touching. So first of all, before we move on to scores, I know I've said it many times this week already, but honestly, I really want to take another moment to thank each and every one of you for having participated in our event. I mean, I think that everybody in this room will agree on the fact that regardless of scores, your sheer presence and interest in attending a live online case competition shows a lot of determination and courage. And something that you can all walk away with is being very proud of what you've done. And this applies to just everybody. And something else that I'd like also to assure you of is that from the perspective of a member of the executive team, I'm sure I can say this on behalf of all my colleagues as well, is that organizing this event was a huge challenge, but also a huge amount of fun. And seeing you all navigate through the event, crack the cases that we prepared for you, and showing us the best of your presentation skills when the time had come was extremely rewarding. And it'll be an experience that I'm sure we will all remember for the rest of our lives. I know for a fact I'll remember this for a long time. Also, from an academics angle, let's say, I want to thank again our wonderful sponsor and judges, without whom this event would simply never have been financially and logistically possible. Having these amazing people with us made a world of difference in the success of ENGCOMM 2021, and we're extremely grateful for having had the opportunity to collaborate with all of you. Speaking of sponsors, I'll now open the floor to Joe Gazale, Manager of Business Development and Industrial Participation at L3Harris, who will be presenting our overall Competition Week Performance Awards, composed of Best Division Speakers, Best Team Chemistry, Best Business Solutions, Best Engineering Solutions, and lastly, Most Sustainable Solutions. The floor is yours, Joe.
Merci, Nicolas. Congratulations to all of you. You guys were amazing. This is the second year that L3Harris has sponsored this event, and I couldn't be more proud to be the spokesperson for L3 at this event. You guys just blow me away. And congratulations to the organizing team. I was concerned at the beginning when I was first approached about sponsoring, about how you were going to pivot from a live event to an online event. But hats off to the whole team. And Christina, you're right. It is a whole team effort, but it takes a captain of the ship, and you steered it well. And I could see by the comments flashing up and down on the screen, true leadership is sharing the responsibilities and working with your teams and doing a terrific job. Hats off to you and the rest of the team. To all the students who participated from around the world, endless hours of preparation and practice. Congratulations. I appreciate all the efforts that you guys did. I was happy to hear that some of the schools used last year's case study from L3 as your test for this year to prepare. Well, I hope it wasn't too hard, and I hope this year's were a little bit harder and gave you some challenges. What I find innovative is every team I judged this year and last year, no two teams presented the same answers. And for us, that's amazing, because in business, sometimes we get caught in the same thought process and everything else. We don't see outside the box. You guys introduce the outside of the box back to us. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget to be innovative, and don't be afraid to share your ideas wherever you go in life, and to be a true leader. So with all that being said, it is my honor and my privilege to announce the best speakers by division. So for division number 1, Alexis McConaughey. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Well, congratulations. For division number 2, Afa Cunningham. Congratulations. For division number 3, Colton Hogg. Congratulations. And for division number 4, Risa Repetto. Congratulations to all of you for the work that you did this week, and keep up the hard work. So now I have the honor to announce the winner for Best Team Chemistry. This was voted by the judges as to how we saw the teams working together as a team and sharing responsibilities in their presentations. So for this team, I'm very pleased to announce Glass Solutions as the winner. Congratulations, Elena, Aoife, Benjamin, and Scott. Job well done and well deserved. Now for Best Business Solution. This is in memory of Mr. Richard Donovan. This is the solution, the team that came up with some of the best solutions that were presented to the judges. So it's my honor to say congratulations once again to Glass Solutions. So Alana, Ife, Benjamin, and Scott, congratulations again. Now for the best engineering solutions. So the most innovative engineering solutions presented were once again from Team Glass Solutions. So Alana, Ife, Benjamin, and Scott, congratulations. And for the most sustainable solutions, I'd like to thank yet once again, Team Glass Solutions. Boy, you guys cleaned up today. Elena, Ife, Benjamin, and Scott. Congratulations to Glass Solutions for these 4 awards, and congratulations to all of you for all your hard work. And thank you very much for participating. Back over to you, Nicolas.
Thank you so much, Joe. Congratulations again to all our award winners. You guys have done tremendous work, and you definitely deserve every single one of those awards. Well, I guess the moment we've all been waiting for is finally here. And so I want to say that all of our teams have performed tremendously well in the final round, and that your very last respective presentations alone were thoroughly reviewed by the members of our final panel judges, which resulted in the ranking that I have here in front of me. And so one last time, a huge thank you to all of our participants and the sponsors who made this incredible event possible. And so without further ado, I will announce our competition winners. So in 3rd place, we have Glass Logic. Congratulations, Glass Logic, for having the 3rd place. Just take a moment to have a big round of applause for Glass Logic. Congratulations, guys. Amazing work. In second place, we have Glass Solutions. Congratulations, Glass Solutions. You guys have made tremendous work as well. And finally, our competition overall winners goes to Vault Consulting. Congratulations, Vault Consulting. You guys have also performed amazingly. So once again, a huge thank you to all of our participating teams. It's been an absolute blast. It's been an honor to organize this event for all of you. And we really, really hope to see you all again in future years.
So there you have it. This is the end of ENGCOMM 2021, and we hope to see you all next year. Congratulations to all the teams, and well done for everybody for the awards.
So I guess that wraps up the closing ceremony. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations. Have a good evening, night, day, wherever you are in the world. We'll see you next year.